Hey guys, it's Pastor David, formerly church planner for the Douglas branch of Wickline United Methodist Church. And if you haven't heard the news, the conference revoked the building and the funding from that church plant. Essentially, what they decided is that as it was going, it was too risky or too expensive or would take too long, and that their money would be better invested in a different type of church plan. And so 2 months before we were set to go to live worship, they informed the launch team that they were pulling the plug. And that was pretty devastating to us, pretty traumatic. We've kind of taken the last month, you haven't seen any videos, to kind of recoup and pray and discern, God, what are you up to? But some exciting things and some challenges have occurred through this. But the exciting thing is that even almost immediately after they were informed of the news, the team came to me and said, David, guess what? Here's the deal. You've been telling us for the last year that the church is not a building, that it's a people. And here we are, there's like 50 of us. We are a people. We are a church, and we're not done being a church yet. That saying that we had on the back of our t-shirts, the church has left the building, for us, that was maybe just a cute way to say we want to be more missional than we are attractional. We want to be more about what we do outside the building rather than inside the building. But what we realize now is that that was prophecy from God. See, God knew from the very beginning. It was no surprise to God. God knew that we weren't going to have a building. And so God allowed us to put that on the back of our t-shirts so that when this happened, we could look back and be reminded that the vision that God called us to has not changed. And that's where the church is right now. They are reorganizing themselves. They are now Outreach United Church. Outreach United Church. You can look them up on the web. Now, we do have some challenges, of course. So we had a building, and we don't have a building anymore. And while the church is not a building, that building for us was kind of a headquarters, a place to gather. It's where we were planning to worship together. And we were also going to use that building to create revenue so we could do ministry to the poor. But here's what we realize is God is a God of unlimited resources. And God has continued to affirm, even since the closing, that this church that God started is still to continue. We've seen new members, new affirmations of faith. Other churches have come to us and said, hey, we see we've heard what's going on, and we want to partner with you, even if it means just letting you use our building for a while. So the truth is that the heart of this church plant has always been to get outside the building, to get into the community and begin loving the community, begin walking in the footsteps of Jesus, caring for those around us. And now we're more free to do that than we ever have. We're meeting in houses and having some of the most powerful worship anybody's ever experienced, and getting out and being in the hands and feet of Christ. So if that's something you'd like to be a part of, we could always use one more. You can text the word REACH to 84576. And if not, that's okay. You're going to see us in the community. Always love. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.